cloud. Yeah, so this is just a reminder of what we did. We studied what is a computer. We understood how to troubleshoot a computer, what is a CPU, what's the role of the CPU, and we saw that the computer is made of two parts. We have the, let me see why this is popping up here. Screen sharing has stopped us again. What I did. Let me share my screen again. What happened? But let me AFRICATECH basic computer skills. Slideshow. Before going to slideshow, I will share that screen with you guys. So we study about the two parts of the computer, the components, hardware, software, what is a CPU, and we study the function of a CPU. We saw everything that we can do with a computer, right? You can work remotely, you can have meetings, you can meet people, you can do data analysis, you can do graphic design, right? And we have some key terms that we need to know if we want to be a computer person. Those are some stuff that you need to know. I will publish the video that we did last time on YouTube. Everybody will access it. So we study about the RAM. The RAM is something very important. When you want to buy a computer, for example, they will ask you for specification, and we study how to, what make your computer fast. It's the RAM. You have to know those basic stuff. Like if I need a 16 gigabit RAM, that means I want something faster than maybe a 4 gigabit, right? So we understood what is a drive. We have SSD. This is also a characteristic of a computer. We actually asked everybody to go in his computer and find those characteristics. What's the RAM of my computer? So everybody should be able to get them. So we learn about the HDD also, right? Everybody should know what is a HDD, what's the difference between SSD and HDD. So we studied about the cloud drives, Google Drive. I also at the end I did an example how you can use Google Drive, Google Doc, Excel, PowerPoint. Is very powerful, and how you can retrieve your information. I'm using this computer, I have all my stuff, but do I have to carry my computer if I'm traveling? No, I just need my Gmail account, and having my Gmail account will help us to get to the other machine. You have all your stuff together. So you don't need a flash drive as we used to carry all our stuff on the flash drive, big. So everything is on the cloud. You can use that advantage.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Sorry, can you go back again and re-explain the difference between the hard disk drive and the SSD?
This is just who is speaking?
The Corey.
Oh, Corey, yes. This is just for now a reminder. We have we can go back to that later, right? I'm just summarizing right now because we have something to do and it's gonna take a lot of our time. But I can come back to your question, okay? This is just a summary for those who did not attend, but I'll come back to your question. Don't worry. And we study about the operating system. You have to know this one that we have in the room, all the Windows computers. We know the Mac. Everybody knows the Mac computer. Linux is mostly used in enterprise. We saw the different type of, a picture of Linux, compare it work with shell commands and stuff like that. And so you have to know which operating system, and basically it's always good to know the terminology, the key terms. When someone say OS, what's the OS that you use? You should know that it's the operating system. If you want to go deeper in information technology or maybe any field in technology, you have to know some keywords, how they communicate. Because even nursing, they have their terms. When they say NP, everybody knows that it's a nurse practitioner, but in the computer world also, they have some, when they say RAM, it means random access memory. You should know those kind of basic stuff. So we study about what's the role of the operating system. It manage everything in your computer, processing files. When you open an audio and you are watching a video at the same time, how is it managing stuff? And at the same time, you are reading an email, how is it managing, the processor, the OS is doing that kind of process. And at the same time, you can print something and it's working fine and nobody is disturbing nobody, just to say. So we study their roles. We study how a process is playing a role in process management, error handling, networking. So the OS is actually everything that you need for the computer to function. It's very important. It does a lot of stuff. So this is the specification. We saw an example, a difference between the RAM of a laptop and the desktop RAM. In the desktop RAM, you're going to see that the RAM is bigger. You have to know. And at the last session, I think we will have a hands-on for those who will attend in the room. We will open a computer so that you see what I'm talking about here, so that you could know how your computer is made of, and you can select what you need to do, right? It's very important to know at least how it looks like, even if you don't want to do hardware, because this mostly is hardware. Even if you don't want to do that, you should at least see it with your own eyes and touch something and say, okay, I saw a RAM, right? I saw it. Yeah, we're gonna open one computer at the end so that you guys can see. Very important. We saw about the RAM, the computer system, the input devices, the mouse, everything that, even the remote control is like an input device, and the output device is how something is coming out of the computer, the monitor, how you view the printer. Those are output devices. Just for you to remember, we're almost at the end. We have some questions. Yes, and I'm sure everybody found the right answer. Yes, so let's go to our class of today. We're gonna go a little bit with cybersecurity. It's very important to know, even to be aware of what is cybersecurity. Everybody's talking about this. What is cybersecurity? The definition, is it a big word? Is it just something to make us scared? No, it's not. It's really important to understand what is cybersecurity. Even if you want to go deeper in your career with cybersecurity, you have to understand the basic. The foundation of a house is very important. So that's why in this program, we are giving the foundation, what you need to know or before choosing your next career or whatever you want to do. But the foundation is very important. Guarding against phishing. What is phishing? You will study about that. Protecting your digital identity. Even ourselves, we need to protect our identity, otherwise people will steal our information, right? We should not be clicking on everything that we see out there, because everybody is shopping online today. Everybody is doing a lot of stuff online. So what are we offering? Cybersecurity awareness, how to avoid scammers, jobs in cybersecurity, or should you consider a career in cybersecurity? So for this program at the end, we have a graphic design. We are actually working very hard on it. We had one section already, but it was almost at this time. So those who want to join the graphic design will have to subscribe. It's a paid session. It's very important for those who want to do video editing. Everybody's on YouTube. Everybody wants to do. You have your maybe your own company and you want to shoot videos, how to edit some part and just present what people need to do. A lot of people they are actually making money on YouTube just by teaching by graphic design. It's a course that will help you to get a job because people are looking for graphic design just to make very good videos and put it out there, and YouTube will give them money. So it's very important to know graphic design. That's also a bonus that we're offering for those who are attending. Objective, understand what is a phishing, why it's a significant threat, learn how to recognize common phishing tactics, discover best practices for avoiding phishing attacks. What are you going to learn? We will introduce cybersecurity again. I think we went over that, but we will just refresh our mind. Definition of cybersecurity, the importance of cybersecurity in our daily lives, even before getting to, because cybersecurity is a lot of fields combined, network security, data security, you have to know all those. And it's a very broad concept, but we will start with the foundation. The foundation is the key. When you understand something or the basic, you getting to know more about it will be easier for you. So we will understand the challenges in cybersecurity, the online threats, the type of threats, viruses, malware, phishing, what's the difference between all that. Example of famous cyber attacks, right? And what's the motivation of hackers? What is cybersecurity? It refers to the practice of protecting computer systems. How are you protecting your data? That's cybersecurity. Why are you using a strong password? That's actually you are doing cybersecurity, because just remember, in cybersecurity, we have the word security. Are you putting a fence in front of your door or closing the door before you go to sleep because you want to protect people to come in your house? You have to protect, you don't want someone to steal your stuff. That's why you are providing that security. It's very important. In every aspect of our life, we are actually doing security. Why do we have to protect our networks? Because you don't want someone to come in the system and steal your data. That's cybersecurity. Why are you not giving your social security to everybody? Because you are practicing cybersecurity. You don't want them to get your information. As I explained last time, someone went and filed my taxes before me. And when I wanted to file my taxes, he did it again. I don't know how he got my social security, but the IRS was able to find who was the person, how he did that, and I don't know what happened to him, but we need to protect our information. Everywhere that you go, you are having a receipt, someone can use that receipt. So in cybersecurity is protecting the network. Some people can come here, we are using the same Wi-Fi, and then if your Wi-Fi is not protected, they will get in the system and they can harm the server. We have a server down there. So in everything that we do, cybersecurity. So in network programs, data from digital attack, damage, unauthorized access, or theft. Everything that you're doing as security measure is cybersecurity. even to know how to get into the system. The FBI can just hire you. They want you to get to know how to check if their system is very vulnerable. The system is fine, but how to get there? You need to know what's a pin command, how to get into a system. That means you are acting at that time like a hacker, right? But you are not a bad hacker. You are the hacker for them just to inspect. Is everything wrong? Someone have to go there as maybe the bad person. You're acting like a bad person, but you are not. You are hired just to check if everything is good, right? So that's cybersecurity. There are jobs like that. They hire you just to make sure it's our network secure. You have to go in the router, change the password, because a lot of people, they use the same password that Verizon gave them. And you are vulnerable because that password, everybody can know that. But when you want to apply good cybersecurity measure, what you do is that when they give you, even myself, even before knowing all this, I went and I changed. You go online, you change, you put your own password, because you can use our password here, but it's secure. We lock everything. We have a password that is unique for us. Nobody can access it. We have to apply those practices. The primary goal of cybersecurity is to ensure the confidentiality, the integrity, and the availability of information and computing resources. They're going to ask you this question as you are moving from baby step to higher step. What is CIA? What they call CI. That means it's confidentiality. Is information confidential? What you're trying to transfer, even if you study data security, how are you transferring this information to the next person? Is it confidential? Are you practicing integrity? Is it available to everybody? Or if it's not available to everybody, you have to specify and put some policy there. It's designed for this. Even if you are working in the same company, someone can have access and the other person does not have access to the same information, right? Even in the same team, manager have access, this person does not have access. That's what cybersecurity is. So confidentiality, I'm going to ask this question. That's of course true at the end, because we were going to have a quiz just to give certificate to those who, this question will come. What is the CIA? Confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information and computer resources. And you have to understand what is that. We're going to come back to that later on. Given the increasing reliance on digital technologies and the interconnected nature of today's world, cybersecurity has become a critical aspect of protecting both your individual information or your asset, your data, and the organization also asset or data. It comes at your personal level. The more responsible you are at your level, you will protect someone's information when they hire you, right? Because if you don't like protecting your stuff, I think someone is upside down. If you don't, one second. Oh, bonjour. Sorry, guys. So, tu peux t'asseoir ici. Le mot de passe, c'est ça au mieux là. A critical is very important to know at your level, because even the interview that they will give you, they will trick you how to see how you're protecting your information. They will start by the basic stuff to see how responsible you are when you have something. Can you keep something confidential? It's designed to you or maybe to someone. How confidential are you? How can you practice integrity, right? Asset from the evolving landscape of cyber threats. Oh, we study about that. Cyber threats can come in various forms, including malware. We're gonna see what is a malware, such as viruses, ransomware, phishing attacks, social engineering, DOS, which is denial of service. They're gonna ask you have to know this word, which is DOS attack, right? Sometimes they say the DOS attack. This those words you should know. When they say DOS attack or DOS attack, you know what they're talking about. So it's just a familiar word in the cybersecurity world, you know. Cybersecurity measures involve implementing technologies, processes, and practices to safeguard, to protect computer system and network. Protect your computer, you protect the network, you protect everything that you have as asset. You know, and you should always think about protecting as that door that you put in front of your house is protecting you, or a fence or something. Yes, you are in the network, we call it firewalls. You know, we're gonna come back to that maybe another time. Key aspects of cybersecurity include what? Network security. You have to protect the integrity and confidentiality of data during transmission over a network. You cannot, sometimes even when you are at the airport, you open your bank there and you are looking at your account, someone can just, because those network are not protected, it's public Wi-Fi. Everybody have access. And a hacker can just sit there. You don't see him. Of course, he's in front of his computer, but he have access on the network. So it's very important to protect the integrity and the confidentiality of data. I think it makes sense for everybody. How am I protecting something, my wallet? I have to protect my money. I have to protect this network as well by putting what? Firewalls. Endpoint security, that's the securing individuals' devices, such as computers, smartphone. In the smartphone, what do we have to secure this? Password, right? Password. FaceTime, if it's not you, it will tell you why, you know, if you try it even more than 5 times, it will lock, you know, that's a security measure. You have to protect your computers, you have to protect your tablets, you know, everything. That's cybersecurity that you're actually doing. Ensuring that software and application are free from vulnerability and protected against unauthorized access. You have to even the apps, application that you're using, all the software you need to protect. Don't click on cookies, everything that is popping up. Don't just do that because they ask you to do something, you know, you have to think, read, and acknowledge what they ask you to do. Otherwise, they will harm you. Some other key aspect, you're gonna hear this word IAM a lot. That's identity and access management. It's very everywhere that you go. Even you are working in a company, they will give you access to this door. I was working in one company that was Optum for United Health Group. I have access to one building. When I'm going to the next building, I don't have access. And I was like, what is it? But they just gave you access to the building that you needed, right? You don't, this is identity access management. You have user access to only this computer. You don't have access to this computer. That's how we in cybersecurity, they ensure that everything is secure. Data protection, safeguarding data from unauthorized access, disclosure. Are you disclosing the data everywhere? You know, sometimes you're gonna see what they call encryption. Even on WhatsApp, they have your encryption. Your data are encrypted, they are protected. Even when it's transiting a network from the other place is encrypted. And you should know that you have to practice all those kind of stuff to protect the company data. Incident response and recovery, developing and implementing plans to respond to and recover from cybersecurity incidents. Very important. Security awareness training, you have to educate people in the organization. When you join a new team, they will educate you. They will tell you all the best practices, why do you have to use cybersecurity measure, why you should not write your password on the table, why even to your coworker, you are not allowed, no matter what happened, to give him your password, the password of your computer. He can go and write a message there, out there and do stuff. And then you think that is your coworker, but he's messing your life up, you know, he's doing some stuff with your computer. So training is very important. And I always say you move by what you know. Information is very important. If you are limited, it's just because you don't have information that out there, they have something there. And you will be just at one place because you don't have the information. You move by what you know. So it's very good as you guys chose to come. Even, I don't know what you learned, but I'm sure it's very good to have that kind of education. I want to major in the field. I don't even know, I'm not sure, but I want to get something that will put me at the level that I will be able to choose a decision and say, okay, yes, this is actually what I want to do. This is in what I want to work all my life. Yes, I like cybersecurity. I like it. Yes, you know, very important to educate other people also about this measure, you know. So what's the importance of cybersecurity in our daily lives, right? Protection of personal information. It's very important to know. And just an example, imagine a student using online platform for education or socializing, right? Cybersecurity ensure that their personal information, such as their contact, their academic records, and social media account remain confidential and protected from unauthorized access. This is the importance of cybersecurity. You have to understand what we mean by protecting our personal information. It's very simple. You protect your password, you protect everything, because when you go out there, sometimes you are shopping for something, you go on in other side, they show you some stuff. That means your information are out there. They release some of the information, but they cannot release everything because there are some laws also in cybersecurity. You are not, even those Google, Walmart, Amazon, you are shopping here, they have maybe your emails, they will say, they will share your preferences. This person is likely to like this, you know, and they cannot share everything. They cannot share your social, but there are some information that as you are giving them, sometimes they make you sign the term and condition. They taking your information and they can do whatever they want to do. Even they are making a lot of money with those data. Sometimes we don't know, but they are making even data mining. They are studying the data and see the customer behavior and all those kind of stuff. It's very important to know before you sign up for something, you know that my information will be out there. So cybersecurity, yes?
I have a question. Sorry to interrupt. I
Yes,
was,
ma'am.
you know, when you enter your card, when you shop for something online and you enter your card number, they ask you if you want to save it or if you want to password. So it means that's not safe to do. Or
It will really depend on which website you are on, right? Because last time we show the difference between HTTP and HTTPS. There are some website like maybe Walmart. If you are on Walmart, because you can be on Walmart and you get another email showing you the same thing, and then you are redirected to another site. And now you are putting your card on a website that is not secure, right? So you have to know, you check if you are on those websites that are secure. You can save your card data, and they don't have the power to do anything unless Walmart cannot do that to you, because you go and complain and the bank will give you your money. But there are some website like those Chinese, they will take your account, and the way they did everything is like we cannot even track them because they don't use their HP IP address. You cannot even track who did that, but your money will be gone. So that's why you have to be careful on which website are you putting your card data. I have some shopping on Macy's that I do, but Macy's, I never have any hacking on Macy's. Why? Because I trust Macy's and I know that their website is secure. But those small companies that are just showing your stuff, you have to be careful. Sometimes you can use PayPal. and save your information on paper, because you know PayPal is secure and PayPal will give only what that company needs. You know, don't know if I answer your question.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Prevention of identity theft, right? The title here is the importance of cybersecurity in our daily lives. Because the more you understand how you can secure your other stuff, the more someone can hire you to secure his own stuff. But if you don't understand why it's important, you are likely to neglect some stuff, right? And say, this is not important for me. I mean, they cannot hire you because you are not taking care of your own stuff. I don't know how you protect someone else and stuff, right? So, example, students often engage in various online activity, including what? Shopping. It's not only student, everybody. When I put student, it's because we are students here. And banking, you check your account online, you are doing a lot of stuff online. And what was the role of cybersecurity is to protect against what? Identity theft. You can put your social out there and then someone just steal your information. You don't know who is the bad guy. So we have to ensure that sensitive information like your credit card details, your social are not compromised. Yes, it's very important to get that. The third one, why cybersecurity is important in our daily lives, is secure academic and professional opportunities. Example, in the digital age, we students submit resume and application were online, right? When you want to submit for a job, everything is done online. So a breach, what is a breach in cybersecurity could compromise the integrity of this document. You send a document and now someone go and change the document and put something else in your document. Now it's impacting what? The educational and career opportunities. Maybe they wanted to hire you, but someone removed something that you did or add something. They can hire you, but you don't even know what is going on. Why? Because someone added something, right? We have to understand that a lot of stuff can be done. Even if it's a PDF, it's not actually 100% secure. You're submitting your resume, someone go and change something there. Now, they hire someone else, but it was actually your place. It was actually your opportunity. So we have to understand that at every area of our lives, as we are looking for jobs, we are doing this, we have to aware. Sometimes people even protect their resume, doing some paying and then make it secure so that when they send it, it's on the PDF format, nobody can access that. And there are a lot of stuff online also that we are doing that could be compromised. Maintaining digital reputation. You have to maintain our reputation, right? Social media is integral to student life. A cybersecurity breach can lead to unauthorized access to social media accounts, resulting in the misuse of personal data and potential harm to one's online reputation, right? Someone can just get into your Facebook and then act as it's you, and then just put some stuff out there and you are looking for a job. You don't know that someone added something on your page, and then your recruiter goes online and he check over you, he type your name, and then you see some pictures that, you don't know how it came, you don't know what happened, right? But all we need to do is to be careful as we are using everything. We have to check and always change our password even every 3 months if possible. And if you go to industry or enterprise, they will ask you to change it after 90 days, and it's automatically. If you don't change it, you cannot use the computer. They set it up like that every 90 days. Some company maybe will do 30 days, but it's very important to be aware of that kind of stuff. So safeguarding intellectual property, right? You can do something also, and someone just choose to steal Students create and share original content for academic and creative purpose, right? You are creating something, it's your own stuff. You created this device and someone go and share and change it and change what you did. Now they think that is not you, but that was your work. I don't know how to remove this thing. Cybersecurity will protect against unauthorized access and theft of intellectual property, ensuring that their work remain secure. Before we go and take a break, we will study. So one example that we have, ensuring online learning security with the prevalence of online learning platform. Let's finish this and then we can take a break and take questions. Cybersecurity is crucial to protect against what? Disruption, data breaches, unauthorized access to educational resources, guaranteeing a safe and reliable learning environment. It's not only, I just put this example because we are learning, but it's applicable at every level of our lives. Preventing cyberbullying, right? Students may fall victim to cyberbullying where personal information and images are used maliciously. Someone take your pictures that you don't want to expose and then they put it everywhere that you don't want to put and you don't like it. So it's kind of, that's also cybersecurity. You have to secure everything. Cybersecurity measure help in identifying what and preventing such instances, promoting a safer online space. When you go online, everybody wants to be assured that what I'm doing or where I'm putting my information is safe. That's why they need cybersecurity expert, analysts, and just to help in that sense. Preserving financial security, right? The importance of cybersecurity in our daily lives. Many students manage their finance online, not only students. All of us, we log in on our account, Bank of America, Wells Fargo online. You want to make a transaction, right? So cybersecurity will protect against financial fraud and unauthorized access to bank account, ensuring the integrity of their financial transaction. Banks are working so hard. They have departments every day that are created or people that they hire every day just to make sure that your financial data are not compromised, that that someone else will not be accessing your bank accounts. They have fraud department just because there are a lot of frauds happening out there. So they are working so hard to make sure that there's no financial fraud, because one fraud, someone can get in your account and take all your money, and if you don't have an assurance, they will give it back to you. So it will be a loss for the bank. So they are ensuring that everything is secure. FaceTime, they are working on innovating. So when you are thinking also about cybersecurity, know that you learn how to code, right? Yes, it's not difficult, but those are stuff that they need. They need software engineering people to design strong software for them, secure software for them. You have to understand that the demand is high because they need people who understand finance, and you should understand also cybersecurity. So that combination will give you not only finance, a lot of, in every aspect, you have to understand a little bit of something and a little bit of cybersecurity. I think this slide will give us, will be the last slide, and then we'll take a break. Contributing to national security, right? Example, student as future professional may work in field critical to national security to do well. Cybersecurity, as it plays a vital role in protecting sensitive information and systems that are essential for the country overall security. If the country does not protect their information, other country will come and steal. And it's a war of who is strong, who can protect his system, who can, that's why the US, they are also hiring a lot of people just to make sure that they remain the best, right? They're investing a lot of money. Otherwise, Russia, all those countries, they will come and steal the information, and everything is about information. Everything. If they steal your data, they will say, pay $1 million for us to release, and you are, and now you are vulnerable because you need their help in order to retrieve your information. So they are hiring a lot of people just to make sure the country is secure, and a country that is secure, because terrorists, as they are coming, they can get into the network and just put the system down, and you don't want that. So they need cybersecurity people. Fostering responsible digital citizenship. The example I put here is education in cybersecurity instill responsible digital behavior among students or employees, right? It's not only at the student level, but it makes you becoming digitally responsible as you are doing everything. They cannot hire someone who is not responsible. You leave your laptop open and then you walk everywhere. Those are cybersecurity measures. They will observe you. They will do something just to trick you. And then maybe they can call you at an interview and they see how maybe you behave in your computer, if you're gonna leave everything open, but someone who is responsible will close everything out and then maybe go. And then you pass your interview, your exam, just some basic stuff to see how responsible you are. But you could not be the same. They can trick in different ways. So this knowledge empower them to protect themselves and others in the online world, contributing to a safer and more secure digital community. Cybersecurity starts with us. Amen. Cybersecurity is not just a technical concern as well. It's a fundamental aspect of our daily lives. It influences how we learn, work, and interact in the digital age. In this age, everything is going on online. We have a lot of AI. We have a lot of stuff going on out. So all individuals who shop online or are active participant or in the digital realm, like if you are doing your stuff, your shopping, everything online, you need to understand the importance of cybersecurity to navigate the online world, safety and responsibility, right? So we're gonna stop here for now. We were gonna take a small break, right? 10-minute break. And during the break, if you have questions, you can ask. And I will encourage everybody to sign up also. I think those who were there last time, I will just put them in. Challenge, we will study the challenge and threats in cybersecurity. We will see what are the challenges, what are the threats. Because even to apply to a job, you have to know what is out there, what is going on, what are the challenges that they're having, what are the threats, it's very important. So let's take 7 to 10 minutes. Let's come back around 11. If you want to drink some water, there's water there. And if someone have a question, I'm here. Thank you. Hello, guys. Does someone have a question? No question means it's a good sign. You have a question.
You mentioned that they can locate the person that's hacked into the computer by an IP address. So once they do that, they can locate where that computer is.
Yes, that's actually what they do. When they have your, I think you're better in security. yeah, in network security. When they know where the position, when they get into your network, they can locate you by using your IP address, and they know exactly where you are right now, and then they can access actually your computer. So that's actually how they. And then I don't know if you have a better, you did network.
I think you said it. In fact, yes, with that, it's like your phone number. Okay. So with your IP, wherever you are, okay, they can know exactly your position. Okay. And then if you want to try one day, go on a computer and then just type my IP. It will tell you exactly where you are, okay, when, and then sometime they can even know what are you doing.
Yeah.
So this is why.
Which website you're going on? If you go on maybe Amazon.com, they can tell you. Okay, yeah. Because that's why sometimes you are using your computer and you see someone calling you. I see that your computer have a problem. Like, and then they say, I see that that means they enter your system, they know what you're doing, what kind of website you like, and then they can, and sometimes they send a message there. If you click on that message, your computer, they take over. Yeah, they take over. That's why you have to, we're going to study some phishing. Yeah, c'est déjà fini. On reprend là maintenant. Yeah, so it's very important to secure your.
So also, you said you should close out all applications before you go off the computer.
No, like I don't close me myself. I don't close everything. It depends on where you are, right? If it's my personal computer, I don't close every single stuff. And if you are accessing maybe a bank statement, and then you are using maybe the airport public Wi-Fi, you should be careful of everything that you are doing on that network, because it's not protected, right? So
at my own personal computer, I don't have to close out my tab every time.
No.
Because I'm lazy.
No, I don't do that myself. I don't do those stuff.
Just need a strong password. Okay?
Yes.
So me, for example, this is my computer, for example, always have a strong password. You never know.
Yes.
So then I enter my password and I can access to everything.
Yes.
But you need a strong
always
password.
put the password. Just not like someone just open and then
get access to everything.
Like right now, when you want to enter this, right, you have to put a password. And if someone doesn't know the password, he will not get in. Right. Even though your files are open, everything is open. They cannot get in, right? But a strong password is the key. Everywhere you go, just. You're welcome. I'm gonna close this. So we finished with the importance of cybersecurity. Now we are going to study the challenges and threats in cybersecurity. What's the first challenge that we have? No, I think online I'm not sharing my screen. Can you see my screen now? People online, can you see my screen? Hi, Rodolphe. Hi, Joel. Are you guys there?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, thank you so much. So data theft is the first challenge, right, that we have. Cyber criminals constantly seek unauthorized access to sensitive information, aiming to steal valuable data for financial gain or malicious purpose. Just an example, a hacker gaining access to a company's customer database and extracting the personal information of the employees for identity theft or selling on the dark web. So someone can steal your information or stealing information of the company that where you're working, the customer database, and then they sell it somewhere else for people to access, and your data is money, right? And a lot of people can do stuff with your data. Hacking and unauthorized access. Description. Hacking involves exploiting vulnerabilities in system to gain unauthorized access, posing what a significant threat to individuals, organization, and even government. At every level, we are talking about hacking, right? So we should know that at your individual level, I said that already. Organization, you are working for a company, and the government, we don't even say about it. So everybody at the level is trying to protect, and it's something that we have to be aware of as we are going in cybersecurity. Example, a skilled hacker exploiting a weak password to gain access to confidential files or disrupt critical infrastructure. Someone can just go access a bank or maybe get into the network because someone did not use a strong password. He gets maybe a 123 or the birth date of someone, and then he erased. How about if someone erased the information that you collected for the past 20 years? That's a loss, right? That's, you need, like, one day I interviewed a small business when I was doing my thesis. He told me that he learned cybersecurity the hard way because his network was not protected. And himself, he was there. He told me if it was my employee, maybe I would fire the person. But it wasn't myself. We're gonna see the phishing attack. He received an email. He just clicked on the email, and then they took, it was a phishing email, and then they just took control of his computer. And he told me the only good thing, he hired someone to secure his network first of all, and that was a lot of money. The money that they asked him, he said, I didn't have that money to give, so I didn't want to deal with them. He hired someone to secure his network, to implement everything, firewalls, to make sure that the system, his company, is secure left to right, right? And also, he was lucky to have the files in the folders in his so he hired someone just to make sure those files are in the computer. That's time consuming, that's money consuming, that's what. So it's something that we are learning right now. People will say is minimal, but when you see the impact that it can cause to you, a lot of money, you can lose a lot of money if you are not, or maybe the company will fire you, and it's not only fire you, but they will lose a lot of money just because you were not careful, just because an email came, and they sometimes mimic the same thing. You would think that is the real email that you're receiving, because they cannot just send you, they know that if it's too fake, you know that it's fake, but they will mimic, and then they will put maybe a link, and at the end, instead of google.com, they will google that, maybe .com, just an example. And then you thought it was google.com, and then you click on it, but it was not, it was google.com, it was not com, right? So we have to be careful at every level. Hacking involves exploiting vulnerability in system to gain what? Unauthorized access. I just gave this example. And phishing attacks. I think I'm going. Phishing attacks. What is a phishing attack? It involves striking individual into divulging sensitive information by posing a trustworthy entities through what? Deceptive emails, messages, or websites. Sometimes they send you messages, and then they tell you, you won the lottery, you did this, just click on here. Or maybe they call you. Sometimes it's mostly messages and website. For phishing, when you talk about phishing, it's mostly like deceptive email. When we say deceptive, is something you thought it was what you think, but it's not. or you realize that it was not. And we have to be careful as we are entering the cybersecurity world. A deceptive email claiming to be from a bank, from Bank of America. I just want you to give me that PIN that you just received, maybe, and boom, he got access. He will take all your money before you call the bank. Will be gone, and there's no way to track him, because even the number he called you, it was not a good number. It was just a fake number. Directing user to a fake website where login credentials are harvested. So they can ask you, do you have your computer? You say yes. Okay, just go here, and that's your website. It's unsecure. Nobody can track who is doing that, who is taking your money. So we have to be malware and ransomware. Description: what is a malware? Software and ransom are designed to infiltrate system, damage data, or encrypt file, often demanding a ransom for a restoration. That's when they take over your computer and then they ask you for money. You give us $50,000 before we release it if you don't have it. And sometimes they will not take checks, or they will take crypto money, right? They will not take a form of money that you will track them. They are very smart. They've been doing that for a lot of time. A user unknowingly downloading malware that encrypt their file with the attacker demanding payment for the encryption. That's actually a ransomware or malware, right? Everything. They can take over or send you something and then take over your computer, and they will always ask you for something to release. Or insider threats. Threat originating from within an organization where employee or trusted individual misuse their access for malicious purpose, right? And example, an employee stealing sensitive company information or intentionally compromising security measure. Security vulnerabilities in software. We have weaknesses in software code can be exploited by attackers. Regular updates and patches are crucial to address these vulnerabilities. For example, exploiting a known vulnerability in outdated software to gain unauthorized access to a system. So when we talk about vulnerability, people always take advantage and want to gain a system without permission. That's how you should understand it. Internet of Things, vulnerability, right? The increasing number of connected devices poses security challenges, as many IoT devices may lack robust security feature. Hackers exploiting vulnerabilities in smart home devices to gain access to personal network. We have the lack of cybersecurity awareness. This is a major problem. Why? Because ignorance is the key of a lot of trouble. A lot of people could avoid something if they know it. And sometimes they don't avoid because they don't know. They think that they're doing the correct way, but it's actually vulnerable, and we have to be careful. Insufficient knowledge about cybersecurity among individuals and organizations can lead to risky online behavior and poor security practice. An example, user falling victim to phishing scam due to a lack of awareness about recognizing malicious emails. Either you have your company, or maybe tomorrow you have your company. Take time to educate people. The more people are educated about something, the more they are careful. You move by what you know. When you don't know, you are just like that. But if you do your personal research, you see that people who are educated, they know stuff because they are there on Google searching stuff. I don't know this, but they know that Google is there, that ChatGPT is there. There are a lot of AI tools that can help you. You have to search. When you don't know, you cannot just sit down and say, I don't know. You have to make those efforts. And that's how you will succeed in life, in every aspect of your life. Maybe today you are just taking this class, but tomorrow you need to sit down with people and educate them and say, this is my business. I take it very seriously. You have to know how to not click on everything. This course will help you to help them, because you can have your own company, but if you neglect awareness, you are putting your business into critical problem, because you think that people know, but it's always good to remind people. And a lot of, in enterprise, we have training that they put us, mandatory training. If you don't do that, you are not moving to the next step. You are not doing anything with your computer. Why? Because they know you did that 3 months ago or 6 months ago, but they want you to be aware of all those stuff. And that's how they protect their system, because they are making people to be educated. That is important. Cybersecurity awareness is important. I will take this example again. When I interview a small business, when I was doing my doctoral thesis, I interviewed someone. He was just working in the grocery store, a Chinese guy. He just told me, nobody, I have only one terminal. Nobody can hack me. And my business is small to be hacked, right? That's what he thinks. But you could know that he's just saying what he don't know, because even your receipt that you are dropping, that, everything that you do, you have to protect. Even if it's one terminal, it doesn't mean that because your business is small, because you are taking credit cards of people. As long as you are taking credit cards, you need to comply to PCI DSS. PCI is Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard. That's the regulation that is put in place in order to help people to comply. As you're complying, your credit card, the customer credit card will be secure, right? They are there for that. You pay them maybe some money at the end, but it's not only just paying PCI. At your own level, you need to close the door, because if you don't close that door, it doesn't depend even if you have a camera, but just close the door before you sleep, right? That's the basic measure. And at the basic level, you can protect even the receipt the copy of the receipt, because it has some information. Hackers, they know, some are very intellectual, right? So at every level, awareness is just there to open your mind to say you need to secure your stuff. And if you are a boss tomorrow, you have to know that you have to also take this in consideration at every level if you want to be successful. So, yes.
I was wondering, I'm sorry. Sometimes you go to some, they'll tell you they don't take credit card. They only take cash. So is that a reason that they do it? They don't want to be in compliance, or they don't, I don't know, they want to bypass the system? Is that the reason why? Or they're trying not to be hacked or something, or what is it?
The thing that they have different reasons, right? But the primary reason is that some people that also, when I was doing my research, I interviewed, they told me we take cash because even to be compliant is expensive, right? One of the team that I put out there to, when I was writing my research, like, complying is too much for small businesses. They don't have a lot of money. They complain, most of them. I was actually studying the challenges that small businesses are having to comply with PCI DSS. That was what I was working on. And one of the challenges that was repeating was cost to comply. So I could present my research maybe to the PCI and say, can you come down? Because someone who is just trying to survive, right? He doesn't have that money that big companies, they are complying. Macy's, Amazon, Target, they are all complying because they have even someone to take care of that part. So they have a department to make sure. But the small business, he just have his grocery, he doesn't have time, he doesn't have everything that others are. So there are different reasons. Some, they don't want to report everything to the IRS, right? Or that we should track everything. But I will talk about small businesses. Most of them that take cash is because the cost of compliance, sometimes they take 5%, Sometimes they take 3% of every transaction. It's a lot for a small business who is just trying to survive, right? Yeah. So I don't know if I answer your question.
So much.
You're welcome. So, as also challenges, we are talking about here about the challenges, even though it is the title say importance of cybersecurity, we are talking about the challenges and threats of cybersecurity. So we don't have we need to have sophisticated cyber attack. Cyber attackers are becoming more sophisticated, employing advanced techniques that challenge traditional security measures. So as we are using best practice, they are also making they are also working how to get people information the quicker way, so that it's not only phishing attack, it's just maybe they will make some stuff that you don't even realize that it was a scam, or it was a phishing email. So they are also trying. So those are the challenges, because they are working also hard on their side how to get their money or how to arm a system. Yeah, that's all I can say for this. Example, advanced persistent threats using sophisticated tactics to gain prolonged access to a target network without detection. So they're using what they call APTs. So they have some tactics how to get to the network without someone to detect that someone was there. So those are kind of challenges that out there. Global nature of cyber threats. Cyber threats are not confined by geographical borders. This is making it challenging for law enforcement and cybersecurity professionals to address them effectively. Sometimes they are in another country, they can hack a system, and now what law is going to govern at that time? So it's kind of tricky, yes. So example, cyber criminals operating from one country, targeting individual or organization in another country, exploiting jurisdictional challenges, right? Those are the challenges that the cybersecurity war, and you have to understand those basic stuff. It's very important. So conclusion, what is here? Addressing these challenges require a holistic and adaptive approach involving a combination of what? Technological solutions, robust cybersecurity policies, and what ongoing user education awareness program. As we educate more people, they will be more aware of what they're doing. But if the population, the community does not educate their people, they will take a phone. They will pick up every phone, even though they know it's a scammer. The scammer say, you receive a $100 gift, you have to send $5 for us to send you. They're doing that all the time, and you're receiving calls, and then sometimes you are just like, but the more you are educated, the more you protect your own stuff. And when you protect your own stuff, you can protect someone else. So we need cybersecurity people out there in order to educate, not only educate, protect companies' assets, right? Yes. So as the digital landscape evolve, so our strategy for security, we need actually, there's a typo there, we need to strategy. What are the different type of online threats? What's the difference between a ransomware, a malware, a phishing, right? You saw a ransomware. When you see this picture here, you know that they lock your computer, and now they are asking for what? Money. They're asking for something. What are the type of malware? We have worms, Trojan, and botnet. Those are the words in cybersecurity that you should know. Malware, what is a malware? What is a phishing? We just study about phishing. Phishing is mostly about emails, messages. When you say I receive a phishing email, when someone say phishing email, you know that it's a bad email. Just to say it like that, it's not a good one. Worms, Trojans, botnet. Even when you go to interview, they can test you by putting a www.apple.com or www.apple.edu, and they will ask you which one is compromise him. And the real one is Apple.com. Is you have to know those basic stuff in order to even know what is the one. You know, you can do your own research, but online threats example. Let's go. Viruses, right? Everybody know the word virus. Even it's a coronavirus, but we are not talking about coronavirus here, but we are talking about computer virus. Before, we were using a lot of antivirus. Now, it's there, but a lot of people are aware that I should not click everywhere, I should not do. And the more you know, the more you can even stay without antivirus. Viruses are malicious software programs that attach themselves to legitimate files or programs and spread when these files are executed. They can corrupt or delete data and disrupt the normal functioning of a computer or network. You know all this, even in phones now. If you don't, you click on everything. They can disrupt the functioning of your phone, and now you have to reset your phone all over. I don't know if it happened to someone, but we have to be careful, right? Just careful. Just be aware that there are viruses out there. Very important. We have the example of the famous I love you virus that spread via email in 2000, causing widespread damage by overwriting files. Those are just examples. There are many viruses out there that happen, and those are also the most famous one that we have. Malware, malicious software. It's a broad term encompassing various types of malicious software, including what virus. When we talk about what is a malware, it means malicious, that M-A-L, right? Where is always for software or hardware or something, right? But in this case, we are talking about software. Malware, malicious software. That's how you show something that is not good. That's how you should remember it. When you see online malware, don't be afraid of that term, because nobody is afraid of virus, because we use that term very often. Malware also can be scary after your first time. What is malware? You start thinking, but they will ask you those kind of questions if you know the basics, because they are called basics in cybersecurity. You should just say include virus, spyware, adware, ransomware, right? When you see ransom, there's a where at the end. When you see spy, you know that a spy is something just to inspire or something. And where is coming from software, you know, just a word that they put together in order to describe. It's designed to harm or exploit computer system to steal your information or disrupt the normal operation. And you will see that when you have a virus or something going on your phone can stop running, and then you have to delete some apps, and you think that that's a solution. Is not really the solution. Sometimes they say if you go to the App Store, Apple Store, they will ask you, let's reset your computer from scratch. You lost your data. You lost a lot of stuff. Why? Because you click on everything. So we have to be conscious of all that. So the next thing we are going to study is, let's take the example that we have put here for that. This is an example, the WannaCry ransomware attack in 2017, which infected hundreds of thousands of computers worldwide and demanded what? A ransom for data decryption. When we call about ransom, it's just money. It's something that they ask to decrypt your data, give us some money, right? So those are examples. The famous one that happened, I Love You was the first one, the virus, and then as malware, we had the WannaCry. It's out there. If you just type on Google WannaCry ransomware, it will give you everything that happened. And sometimes when they do stuff like when you have an attack that have, like maybe the target attack, sometimes they call customer to give them something and say apologize, and give them, when they go to the court, they sue the target company, because they have one also in 2017 that customer data were compromised, and then they have to reimburse or give something to those customers, you know. So the type of malware, I said, it's a software that is designed to attack, control, and damage a device security and infrastructure system. We have ransomware, fileless malware, mobile malware, wiper malware, adware, Trojan, spyware, viruses, worms, rootkits, botnet. Those are just names, and just sometimes it's just the way they did that. That's what it differs from the others. So you want to get more, you can just Google, and you will know more about worms. The man in the middle attack, right? This is something very important. Cybersecurity, you should know. The man in the middle, who is that man? In this attack, an authorized third party, we say what? And someone authorized. It's an authorized third party intercept and potentially alter the communication between two parties without their knowledge. This can lead to the theft of sensitive information, right? Is you are communicating with me right now, and the man of the middle, we call it the man of the middle because he come and he intercept, and he's stealing our information. He's listening to every information that we're talking, and maybe you were talking with another country to say, oh, we are planning to do this, but the man in the middle is someone who is hearing all your conversation, and now he know all your plans before you implement what you want to implement. He have done something already. So this is online, some online threat example. A hacker intercepting unsecure Wi-Fi communication to capture login credential or other sensitive data. So even when you are logging, he knows what on website you went, you're logging, when you put in your username, he's capturing everything, you know. So we have the DOS. I'll say that it's very important to know this terminology when they say denial of service, or DDoS, distributed denial of service, right? DDoS attack flood the system, network, or website with traffic to make it unavailable. The DDoS attack involve multiple compromised computer coordinating the attack, right? So we can take a lot of time to, let me admit this person who was here last time. So we can take a lot of time to just study about DDoS, but we will limit ourselves here because it's very important to know the DDoS attacks, right? You can Google DDoS, difference between DDoS and DOS attack, but I'm just giving some basic knowledge so that you can go and learn even more. The 2016 DYN DNS DDoS attack, which disrupted major website and services by overwhelming their DNS provider. We have spyware. What is that? Spyware is a software that secretly gathers information about user activities without their knowledge. It can monitor, keystroke, capture screenshot, and collect personal data. Even the word spy, I told you where, W-A-R-E, is coming from software. The spy, you can know when someone, if someone calls you a spy, that means you are inspecting without, you know, authorization or something like that, right? So a spyware program silently recording a user browsing habits and transmitting the data to a remote server. That's what they do without your knowledge. You don't know, and you're just logging, and then they're capturing everything. Yes, so zero-day exploit, those are just examples of online threats that we are seeing that you should not be you should be aware of all this. Zero-day exploit targets vulnerability in software or hardware that are unknown to the vendor. Attackers exploit their vulnerability before a fix or patch is developed. A criminal discovering and exploiting a previous or unknown vulnerability in a widely used operating system. Yes. Staying informed about these threats and adopting robust cybersecurity practices is crucial for us, for organization. Why? To protect themselves from potential harm. As I'm insisting from the beginning of this thing, you protect yourself better, you protect other stuff, other people asset also better. They will hire you because you're efficient. You know what you're doing. You know why you're not clicking here, why you're not accepting everything, and you know how to protect people's data. It's very important. So what are the hackers' motivation? Financial gain, of course, yes. Some hackers engage in cyber criminal activity. Why? For monetary reason. This can include stealing financial information, engaging in ransomware attacks, or committing fraud for financial benefit. Yes. A hacker infiltrating a banking system to access and transfer funds. That's an example. Activism. Yes, that's a reason why a motivation. Activists are motivated by political or social cause. They use hacking techniques to promote their ideologies, express dissent, or bring attention to specific issues. Like it's like the United States, if they don't like a country, they can take over their stuff and hack their system, and you have to do what they're doing, they want you to do, and if you don't do it, they will not release the internet access maybe in your country, or maybe another country can do that to the US just to bring the attention of the US, and that's what they're doing, right? It's just an example. Hacking a government website to protest against a controversial policy. That's an example, right? Espionage, people are just countries to country, they do stuff, right? State-sponsored hackers or individual may engage in cyber espionage to gather sensitive information for political, economic, or military advantage. Yes, when they want to get something, friends can go and get information in a country in Africa just because they want to control that country. Yes, they can do stuff like that. Hacking into a competitor network to steal trade secrets. Yes, that's espionage, right? What other motivation we have? Cyber warfare. Nation state may employ hackers as part of their military strategy, engaging in cyber attack to disrupt the infrastructure or operation of other countries. Example, launching a cyber attack on a foreign power's critical infrastructure. So we should know about cyber warfare. It's just the different type of cyber attack that we have there. You know, you don't have to know all this, but you have to know what motivates the hackers to do what they're doing. Why are they doing that? As you are knowing, you are more careful. Yes. Intellectual challenge can motivate them also. They just have the desire to test their skill. They may target system to prove their technical prowess, so they are just doing stuff. Some others they're not doing for money, they're just showing that I have knowledge, I know a lot of stuff. And yes, hacking into a secure system to demonstrate vulnerability without causing harm. So they can just say, I want to show you that this system is not, you say my system is secure, how firewalls are hard, and now they just say, okay, let me show you. And then you see that he's very smart because you try your best, but he's showing you that your system is still vulnerable. So those are just their motivation. Some are not doing because to cause harm, or maybe you can go and say, okay, you see a grocery selling a lot of stuff, credit card, and see that they are vulnerable. And you want them to give you a job. You access, you say, I want to do that. You ask their permission. And then when they say, okay, show me that, and they say, okay, look, I just access your bank account right now. And then they will give you a job because they know that, you see. So there are stuff like that. They can give you and say, oh, this person, I hired someone, but the person was not able to do what you did. How did you do that? And you say, I don't want to harm you, but I'm showing you, if you will hire me, I will do that for you. I will secure your system, yeah. I'll give you advice what to do, right? Yeah, so revenge, of course, someone can do that. Individual may resort to hacking as a form of retaliation, seeking revenge for perceived wrong or grievance. Someone can just do that for revenge, and he's not happy about what you did to him, and he have IT skills, and then he just block your system or steal the information. Maybe you have to be aware of this. Maybe an employee, he was in, you were working somewhere, and now you have those skills, and then you go in the same company and you hack information just to, yeah. What do we study today? We are almost done. We will take questions. Introduction of cybersecurity, definition of cybersecurity, importance of cybersecurity in our daily lives, challenges in cybersecurity. We study the online threats, the type of threats, the example of famous cyber attack, motivation of hackers, right? So example of famous cyber attacks, put them on a slide and the PowerPoint, and somewhere here that I'll show you. 10 example of famous, let's see. No, I don't want to share it. We have a lot of stuff. I think I mentioned this one, right? So you have to know, if you want to, the thing is that if you want to enter the world of cybersecurity, you have to maybe subscribe in Cybertrace, their association, their groups, journals, cybersecurity journals out there, just to see the insight, what is going on in the US, what is going on there are a lot of hackers, there's a lot of people getting hacked, but you're gonna ask your question, why they are not securing the system if they know that they are. But there are a lot of people who are getting hacked because they don't know. Awareness is very important. You see, I put Equifax, they have a data breach in 2017, and they have to, what, personal information of over 147 million individual, right? Here, Equifax was a major credit report. It's a major critical reporting. I know a lot of people know Equifax. If you don't know Equifax, you know that they have been hacked, even though they are high. The breach includes what? Name, social security, and other. And this one cost them a lot of money just to even to accumulate those people that they compromise their information. So we have something in 2020. Cyber attack compromised the software supply chain of SolarWinds, becoming that can provide IT management and monitoring tools. So this is what happened. So I just put some there, just 10. The target one, cyber criminals gain access to the target network, stealing credit and debit card information. How do they get access? I have someone that I met, he told me that he was working there at that time. And you know, they sell fridge with where you can put your information. So someone put his information there, and then I think he went home and then he returned that fridge. And then the information was inside, his information was there, and he was able to, some people just still, you know, they were able to get to the network, and that, you know, could they avoid it? We don't know, but they lost a lot, their reputation also, you know. But So the attack exposed personal information of approximately what 70 millions. And they have to give something to them, right? Because those people will sue them. And then it went back and forth. I don't know what's the verdict, but they lost a lot of money. So a lot of people, I interviewed also someone who told me he's selling, because I was interviewing small business. He's a gas station owner, right? And some people comes, he told me, this is bizarre, if I can say it in French or English, but I don't know. People comes, they show me ID. He see the ID, the credit card show. But they buy the gas, and then when they come home, they say, it was not me. It was not me. I see my card, and he said, I received a bill of $20,000. $12,000, right? $12,000, and you don't know the penalty that you. And he said, I have nothing to do than to pay, because they don't ask you. They say this person report something you lost. They used, so his card was using at your store. He said, but I saw the ID, so you don't know how someone have the ID and the card and it's matching, right? That's you see. So what he has to do, it was to buy PCI compliant pumps. So that was the solution. But he learned the hard way. 12,000, not including what you lose just going back and forth and do something. But he lost a lot of money just because he didn't know. And he told me even those pumps are very expensive. But at least when you pay, he told me when you pay, at least you know that you are secure on that side. Then make sure that you are secure. They make sure that even if something happened, it's on them, right? So a lot of people are losing a lot of money just because they don't know, right? So it's very important to. So let's go back to our slide. I put if someone wants those famous cyber attacks, it's out there. It's good to know. What is coming next week? We'll try to finish this part before we start with protection of personal data. The importance of protecting personal information. I'll also have it here. It's for privacy preservation, identity theft prevention, financial security. Why should we protect online safety, reputation management, preventing cyber crime, compliance with data protection law, preserving trust in digital transaction, mitigating the impact of data breaches. We have to mitigate the impact, and it comes with us. It starts with us empowering individuals, right? So the rest we will try to finish it next week. That means we will talk about management of strong password, why you should use two-factor authentication. What is that? It's a course that we have to do. Identifying secure website, avoiding downloads and clicks on suspicious links, use of antivirus and anti-malware software, right? So we will mention also all this, the importance of software updates, regular data backup. All this is good to know when you want to put your feet in cybersecurity. And we will recap all the key points. We will answer your questions. And again, we encourage everybody to practice cybersecurity every day. So I'll present this again. This is if you want to get your feet in graphic design, we are offering a discount for all the learners who will join that class. We are putting everything together to make that class possible. It's a lot of concept. It's not just a 2 hours class, but it's very, very practical also. We want students who will join to practice. That's why we are taking time to put something very strong out there. I think it's $300. If you sign up, you have like the registration is $50 with 10% for those who attend 10%, and you have the opportunity to pay $100 every session. It's gonna be 4 weeks, maybe 3 hours straight, because we want people to practice. We don't just want to say, oh, it's this, it's this. So that course is very practice. As you're ending, you can open your channel and start putting stuff out there. So you'll be able to practice as you finish with that course. So I think we went through this already. So we will start very soon. We are putting everything together to make those who subscribe already to start, and not to miss this one, because it's a challenge to do something at the same time, because it's our partner will be doing that, and we want to make sure everyone who is here at least have the basic knowledge, and they can start also that session. So if you register, you have the opportunity to have a $10 discount as you are here, but people from outside who didn't participate in this course, the price is different. Thank you. I'll take questions. Donation are welcome, but I encourage everybody to subscribe, share with everyone around you. We are just doing that mostly for those who are just joining the country, who need computers. So next week, what we will do, we will take the session to computer to cloud. I think I put the slide for slide an example. So it's here. The program is designed mostly in 4 weeks. We will teach other stuff maybe after, but we want at least someone to say in 4 weeks, this is what I learned. We started with the computer architecture. Introduction of cybersecurity will be the second week. And now on the third week, introduction to the cloud. We'll learn about the cloud, Dropbox, OneDrive. The fourth week, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Word. So someone should be able to say, I have the basic. Even if you want to go to another level with us, or maybe in ours, you should be able to have a strong foundation. You'll have some quizzes just to test your knowledge. It's not to give you a feeling of, but also we'll have a certificate for those who attended from first week to fourth week. We are just trying to give at least something. We'll improve and get a lot of stuff done in the future. Maybe the cybersecurity program is very intense also, include network security, include a lot of topics, but we will put something very broad later on. We are still freshmen, right? We're just starting our feet there, but we will put something together maybe in the future. It will not be 4 weeks. It cannot be in 4 weeks. It should be maybe in 6 months, so that when you finish, maybe you want to join, and we will tell you also next week. I'll just put some jobs in cybersecurity that are out there. I encourage people to search and maybe look for entry level. When a lot of people and a lot of stuff, they have entry level. You come, they can teach you what you have to do, but at least when they see that you have knowledge, it's also, or basics, it's good, right? I don't know if someone have a question. Did you like it? I sent you something.
Yes.
Yeah, just to register, have your contact information and attendance itself for attendance purpose, so that we have everybody on track. Do you have any question? Did you learn something? Oui.
Mais est-ce qu'il se peut que, par exemple, toi, tu prends mon portable comme ça et que tu places quelque chose et pour pouvoir vérifier tout ce que je fais?
Avec le téléphone.
Oui,
Si c'est Internet.
avec Internet.
Quelqu'un peut accéder. Yeah. He's asking if he has his phone and someone take his phone and then can track everything he's doing. I'm like, if you are connected on the network, someone can do that way.
Je parle français.
Oh, tu parles français. Sans Internet, c'est s'il n'a pas ton téléphone. S'il prend ton téléphone, il va lire, hein? Si tu n'as pas mis de password, si tu n'as pas mis de mot de passe. C'est ça?
Yeah. Ce qu'il faut éviter le plus, c'est les Wi-Fi publics. Par exemple, vous l'avez si bien dit tout à l'heure, dans les airports, par exemple, ou du moins dans les supermarchés. Voilà. Vous allez dire que, ah bon, je vais utiliser le Wi-Fi public. On a mis, il ne faut jamais.
Ils peuvent tracker everything. So he's asking if someone can just get his information on the phone. I'm like, yes. If they don't even need a computer, they just need you to be on that Wi-Fi, right? And then they can answer. That's why, so that's why you're saying that don't use the public Wi-Fi. You see, you're going in the fast food and stuff like this, free Wi-Fi, but you don't know what if it's secure. Sometimes it's not secure because everybody is accessing it. Maybe for them is to help everybody, right? To have Wi-Fi. You see Wi-Fi, you are happy. Free Wi-Fi, but that free can harm you. You don't know who is behind the scene. He doesn't have to be in the store, but la personne n'a pas besoin d'être dans le magasin. Peut-être tu vas dehors un peu. Tu vois un peu? Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Okay, thank you.
See you next week.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Did you learn something?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
One that's
Thank you.
practice with
Thank
cybersecurity.
you. We are giving also free computers for those who attend in the classroom. At the end, we'll have free computers for those. We are just trying to help people. Just if you don't have a computer, that's fine. But at least we are just trying to encourage people to. Have a good weekend. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Welcome. I hope you guys learned something today, right? Yes.
Yes.
Your feedback are welcome to improve. It's always good to have you there. You have 2 more weeks left, before you get your diploma, right? Or your certificate. Hi, Joel, and Aminata is still there. Yes. Okay,
bye-bye. Thank you.
no problem. Have a good weekend, everybody. See you next week.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.